Hi, Robert. I'm Carlos, product manager from Bitfunded. Okay, and today we're joining with one of our success stories. His name is Robert, and he's one of our successful traders who have achieved incredible results. Actually, he withdrew 2,000, almost 2,000 from a 10,000 USDT funded account. So it's basically a 20% in profit. So thank you, Robert, for being here.
No problem.
And yeah, Robert, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and how did you get started in crypto trading? Because I think you have a long trip, right, as a trader.
Yes, I'm from the UK, on the west side in Bristol. I've been trading for probably about 25 years in total. Kind of got serious about 5 or 6 years ago, where I was attempted to go full time, which I am now. Yeah, I got into crypto as well as sort of Forex and CFD trading. Crypto I started around the 2017. So, or got introduced to crypto, I suppose. And like everyone in crypto, you have to kind of go through that first cycle.
Exactly.
So looking forward to this cycle, actually. Should the cycle play out.
Yeah. So yeah, you have like 25 years trading as a trader. That's amazing, right? And what inspired you to start like trading crypto in 25 years before?
I kind of liked the concept of breaking away from the norm, the whole narrative, the original narrative of Bitcoin. And then obviously you kind of go down the rabbit hole. I'm a very curious person, so I started to investigate how things work, the blockchains, and obviously inevitably you get into the altcoins. So yeah, then you start tracking various projects, tens to hundreds of them, and yeah, that's where it started really.
So you basically start thanks to the value behind the cryptos, right?
Yeah, well, it's the technology. I ran an IT company, so I'm very tech savvy and keen and interested in technology. So it was a natural thing to look at and get involved with. In fact, I remember within my IT company, some of my employees, when Bitcoin was at something like 200, mentioning it, and I completely dismissed it, not even understanding what it was, saying that.
Imagine that.
I know.
So yeah, that way you get involved in crypto. And how about trading? Where do you decide to be like a trader?
So I did various courses. I think the best course that I follow, which is my strategy now, is from Online Trading Academy. They've rebranded now. There's something different. So it's basic concepts of supply and demand, and that's the basis of my strategy. And then you can apply it to anything. So it applied to crypto, although crypto is very volatile. But any asset, I trade futures, Forex, CFDs, crypto. It's all available to that strategy. So
yeah, so basically this is an important point, because first you get attracted to the crypto market thanks to the value. After that, you get like educate yourself and learn how to trade. And after that, it's when you start like trading. I think this is like the proper way to do the things. Okay, so how will you describe your early days as a trader, and what do you think is like the difference between you 25 years before and you right now as a trader?
One, I treat it seriously now. So the first, as I alluded to, the first 10 years, I wasn't treating it serious at all. It was a hobby. You cannot treat it as a hobby. The big difference, it wasn't just a flip of a switch. I think I had to learn it over several years. For me, unfortunately, was learning that I need to find and then trade my style. It's the one thing for me that was one of the light bulb moments over the several years, was to say what works for me. What's my kind of trading profile? What's my personality? So that was one of the big key moments. And then obviously it's finding a strategy, keeping consistent, which is one of the hardest things to do in trading. And once you've got consistency, you can then start to believe that you can follow a
Yeah.
set of rules.
And
That,
talk to also about your that turning point, that point that you decided, yeah, I'm gonna be fully to trading, well, to crypto.
yeah. Well, I don't just do crypto. I still trade other things. So,
Mm,
but yeah, it applies to all the same. It doesn't matter about the market really.
mm, okay. And when do you decide, yeah, gonna be full dedicated to the trading, basically?
Uh, During COVID, because of
Okay.
the circumstances, I decided, well, nothing else to do. I started to do it full time. And then coming out of COVID, I had some personal circumstances that made me make a decision to do trading over property development, which is what I was doing before COVID. And that's what I've been doing ever since, really.
Hmm, of course. And basically, what is like your, if you can recall any mistake you made when you were like starting in all of this thing, and what did you learn from them?
Well, unfortunately, I wasn't learning from them. So I was making all the mistakes,
Okay.
oversizing, blowing loads of accounts. I basically used to put what I remember, £1,000 a month. I was running
Oof.
up my own business. So it was relatively small amounts in the context of running your own business. And I didn't
Yeah.
mind if I blew it. So I was actually creating a lot of bad habits from the
Of course.
start. I think that's why it
Yeah.
took me so long to break those habits.
Yeah.
Get back.
Basically,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. And what were those habits? For example, you were over using over leverage. What do
yeah.
you?
All of it, oversizing.
Okay.
What all in one trade. Uh, Guessing. I would just guess the market. I just yeah. Looks like it's going to go down. Let's sell it.
Exactly. And do you have like a story that you remember, like make you change that mindset to, okay, now I need to do the things in the proper way. I need to control myself. Do you have like a story that you says, okay, this is my turning point?
Oh, I would say a few. I think one when I did a really intense scalping.
Mm,
I won't call it a strategy really. It was still guessing, but I would
okay.
get in with large lot sizes and get out as quickly as I could when it went into profit. So
Mm,
scalping little amounts. It was about
yeah.
90% successful. But of course, what would happen is it would go against you, and I didn't have the discipline to cut my losses. And
Exactly.
there was one trade where I made something like £40,000 and then gave it all back. So that took me about a month to make. And then I gave it all back in one trade because I just let the trade run and run.
Oh,
And then I kept adding and adding. Yeah. And then it actually blew my account up. So I gave someone like £60,000
mm.
in the
Well,
market.
that's a great story actually. So yeah, I think I agree with you. It's basically an important thing to know how to cut your losses and also cut your profits as well,
Yeah.
because you may doing very well, and in a trade you just to try keep pushing, you just lose everything. So actually, I really like your story.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's the
so
psychological damage that it does as well. I think
exactly.
that's good things come from when you're at your bottom. And that felt like a real low moment. I do recollect
Hmm.
it very clearly.
Yeah, and basically, what advice will you give to someone who is like just starting into their trading journey? Because you have 25 years as a trader, okay? Probably, okay, as a serious trader, you have 10. But what advice will you give to someone who wants to start trading like a serious trader, starting like now?
Use small amounts of money. You have to learn all those mistakes.
Mm.
So learn them with as little capital loss as possible. You have to lose money. I'm sorry, it's part of trading. You have to learn how to lose in trades. I'm only I'm only about 40% successful, so I expect to win 4 out of 10 trades.
Yeah.
But my risk to reward ratio allows me to keep consistent returns. So I don't think it's really because of the online marketing of trading. and Lambos and everything else. I think the misconception is 80 and 90% win rates is possible. It's not to be profitable consistently and long term.
Yeah. So exactly. So basically, do you suggest that traders, when they're starting, they need to try to control the losses, right? Do you think a tool like Bitfunded will be good for this to control their losses?
Yes, because you can trade larger account sizes with a fixed amount, and when you make the mistake and your account's blown up, you can't lose any more than you put in.
Exactly. Yeah,
That
this is one
not
actually.
before.
This is actually one of the things that we were thinking when Bitfunded was built. It was like, yeah, okay, you as a beginner trader, as a newbie, basically, you can just lose your fixed rate, okay, what you buy in the trading challenge. And actually, if you surpass the trading challenge, you'll receive these funds back. So you will not lose any money, but this is good as well. So the traders that are just starting in this industry, okay, they can just, for example, if you have a 10,000 account, you're just risking $99. That is the trading challenge fee.
Yes, which is one trade in a normal, and that's not even big enough. So yeah.
Exactly, and you're trading with 10,000 in this case. And yeah, Robert, basically getting involved into Bitfunded, what made you decide to join Bitfunded? Right now, I know that you have great results with your funded account, but what made you decide to, okay, let's try this thing?
Well, I trade some other prop firms, so I do futures, forex, and I just came across you. I think it was. I don't watch too much crypto YouTube, but I'd watched one. I think it might have been the crypto banter one. I'm not sure, and it was advertised. So I just decided, right, okay, another prop firm and in crypto. I was looking to get back into crypto anyway, in some fashion. So it was a natural progression, to be honest.
Okay.
And your rules meet my strategy.
Nice, nice. And you told me that you have been trading with different prop firms as well. How did you prepare to pass this trading challenge and earn that funded account?
So I don't know how.
How did you prepare yourself to pass the trading challenges in prop firms and earn that funded account?
Okay, with my strategy, basically.
Okay, you keep trading. Basically, what you do in your real account, you do it in your trading challenge.
Yes.
Okay, you don't modify like the risk management or something like that. You do basically the same.
Not exactly the same. You do have to trade slightly differently. You have to adapt yourself to prop firm trading as opposed to your normal trading. However, there's definitely some great lessons to be learned from prop trading because of the enforced risk management. So all those rules that some people may not like are actually really good for you.
Yeah.
Limited drawdowns, you lose your account if you do. They're actually good disciplines to learn.
Exactly. And do you think our trading challenge, basic in this case, talking about Bitfunded, do you think Bitfunded's trading challenge help you grow as a trader?
I think it helped me. Obviously, I'm now able to trade the crypto market, so I suppose it helped in that respect. I'm still applying and learning my strategy and trying to improve it. So, I guess from that perspective, more time, more screen time, more trading time is always going to be helpful. There's nothing specific that Bitfunded has added yet, but apart from those opportunities, for me personally, because I'm obviously already at a level where I have a strategy. But yes, obviously it gave me the opportunity to get back into crypto, which I'm very grateful for.
Yeah, cool. And for example, you withdraw almost $2,000. I think it was 1,900. How did you get into this profit?
The markets were. It was before we had the big run up, I believe. I tend to do better in consolidation periods because with crypto, when it moves fast. So or it can move fast. So yeah, it's about a month ago now, wasn't it, that payout? So I think it was just in the consolidation period just before the run up. We're in another one now. So
Okay. And if you need to tell us like one lesson you learned during your trading journey, what will you tell us? Just one lesson.
the thing is, you've got to get to know yourself as a trader.
Mm.
What works and what doesn't work. What creates emotional. Look at your emotional feedback. What makes you fear? What makes you greedy?
Yeah.
And recognize it, and then adapt to take advantage of those things. That's the one thing I would say.
You need like to control yourself.
Control your emotions. Yes.
Exactly. Before being like a pro trader, I think everything in your in your mind needs to be in control, needs to be managed so you can start trading in the proper way, right?
Yes. Yes. Because if you don't recognize when you're making the mistakes, and generally the mistakes are emotional, then you'll keep making them.
Mhm. Yeah, nice, Robert. And what's your next step in your trading career?
I'm trying to set up a fund.
A fund.
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Um, the regulations makes it almost impossible, but we're moving along a path of knowledge. We're just trying to
Ah,
find out how and what's the process, costs, etc. So yeah, hopefully in maybe 1 or 2 years' time we'll have something.
okay, really great. It will be a fund dedicated to crypto or in general assets?
No, it's at the moment in the UK, crypto's not really
Ah,
something that's
yeah.
recognised as
Regulation, yeah.
the regulations too tight yet. But so it's because my strategy works on any symbol. I can adapt it to futures or CFDs. But again, CFDs, what's known as contracts for difference, which is forex and indices through
Yeah,
derivatives.
yeah, yeah. And I know it's challenging. You're more than welcome here to Dubai.
Yes, yes. I know a few English people that have moved to Dubai. So
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
Robert. Well, amazing. Actually, my last question is that, well, we want to keep evolving and improving as Bitfunded. Okay, I want to know about like your long journey as a trader. I want to, if you can give us like a feedback, what do you like, what you don't like about the platform, it will be cool as well.
Okay, I think in the early days I had some problems with the platform. I'd actually upgraded my PC and it made it better. So it does appear
Okay.
to be you need a lot of memory for your
Mm.
computer because it did slow down a lot of times. Had to keep logging out, logging back in. So I don't know if that's been fixed because my computer fixed it anyway by upgrading. Um, the payouts take a long time. That,
Every 15 days.
well, mine took nearly 2 months.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
I need to check that next.
about 1.5 months. So it was very long. But the support was exceptional. So every time I asked a question, I got an instant response.
Mm.
So it alleviated some of the fears and frustrations of that payout, but it was still long.
Okay, okay.
It'd be
Yeah,
nice,
we need to check that 100%.
yeah, it'd be nice to improve that. Yeah, but the support, I think that's a huge thing. The support, the fact that the response was instant and quick, does help alleviate some of those worries.
Nice, nice, nice. Thank you for your feedback in that case,
No problem. Yeah.
because I think it's also important. That's why I also want to do these short interviews because our main idea is to keep improving. So I think what's the best way to improve? Well, to talk with our success stories.
Yes. Okay. Great. That'd be good.
Yeah, yeah. And well, Robert, is there anything else you'd like to share with the Bitfunded community or anyone considering joining us?
No. Good luck on your journey.
Thank you very much, Robert, for sharing your incredible story. It's important to see traders like you that have been as trader at 25 years And yeah, we're excited to see what's next for you. So
Thank
thank
you.
you very much.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks a lot. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too.
Hi, my name is Jose from Bitfunded, and today we are joined by Schwam, one of our success trader who have seen an incredible results in Bitfunded. Thank you very much, Schwam, for being here. How are you feeling?
It's my pleasure.
Um,
Yeah, I've been with Bitfunded for months, so really enjoy. And it's my pleasure to meet your team in Singapore in September.
That's amazing. We're pretty excited to be here with you. That's an incredible opportunity to meet you and to know a little bit more about one of our successful traders. So my first question, something that I want to know and our community want to know definitely is, tell us a little bit more about yourself. Where are you from, and how did you start trading in the crypto in the crypto?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in this crypto industry for about 8 years now. And
Okay.
yeah, I study in Singapore, um, live in Vietnam for 3 years, and then now I'm live in Australia. So it's a bit of a journey.
Yeah.
So as you can see, that crypto is always with me during the three countries. When I live in these three countries, so I can see how transparencies can affect people's life and also help people life. I mean, I compare the life of people in Singapore where transparency is high versus uh, versus Vietnam, where there's a lot of bureaucracies and corruptions. So I believe blockchain technology will be the solution for to close that gap, and that's why it hooked me. I understand um, the power of blockchains. So that's the beginning, and then starting from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and now we have Lana, have Sui. So the economic have grown so quickly and so big. Um, and yeah, so I also follow Crypto Panda, and their team yes, is very very highly about your company. So that's why I give it a try a few months ago.
That sounds quite amazing, Schwam. That's pretty interesting. And now allow me to ask you the second question, what I want to know because it's important for us. What inspired you to start trading cryptocurrencies? So if you want to remember from the beginning of your career, what inspired you to start in this world?
Yeah, it started just a hobby for fun because I study computer engineering, so technology is something in my blood already. So I'm always looking for something new to study every single day. So obviously crypto things go very quickly, very fast, and I feel like, oh, so because I already studied the industry, it's kind of a waste if I don't put it into actions. So that's why. So apart from my buy and hold portfolio, I also set a small portfolio, just trading for fun.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. That's amazing. That is the way that we most of the traders start, right? Like for fun. But in some
correct.
moment you start like taking this more in a professional way.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Definitely, yeah, definitely. So if well, we remember those moments when you start as a trader, can you recall any mistake that you made when you were starting? Something that you definitely don't do at this moment,
there's
but
so many.
you wanna share, you wanna share with our
Yes,
community.
but I think if I sit here and then I going to share this experience with my brothers or with my son, probably the biggest mistake is I didn't set up any stop loss in my trade. So that's the first big mistake. Yeah.
Definitely,
So yeah, stop loss to protect your downside is always there. Have to be, yeah, the first thing
definitely.
that we have to think when we start a trade.
And of course, it's something that is not happening anymore now that you are one of our successful traders here in Bitfunded. So definitely you learn from that mistake, right?
Definitely, definitely. I learned a lot when I started with Bitfunded, because when I trade with other trade life form,
Mhm,
um, the limitation is not there, so
mhm.
I can lose more than like 400 $500 a day. I'm still all right. My account is still there, but with Bitfunded, I need to make sure that I limit my loss per day and also limit my loss for one account. So it teach me a lot to think about risk management when
That's
trading.
amazing. That's amazing. So talking about Bitfunded, you bring it to the table. What made you decide to join to Bitfunded from the beginning?
You mean the reason or when?
The reason, the why was the reason that you or the different reasons that you have to join to Bitfunded?
Oh, I think Bitfunded set yourselves differently because the initial investment is not high. But
Oh,
let's say I put out 50 or $70, I can get the account of 5,000. So that's a huge leverage.
hmm
I believe everyone will take that bet every day.
sounds quite fair. Definitely, definitely. And do you think that our trading challenge, stage one and stage two, that you already know very well, help you grow as a trader to improve your skill and your knowledge before to getting the live account?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Especially the last few months where the market is dropping, could go up really quickly, can go down really quickly.
Yeah,
So yeah, as I mentioned, because I'm not sure who's behind your platform decide on the challenge and on the parameters, which is very smart, very intelligent to make sure that all the traders have to stick to a certain risk management. Like you can lose more than like 40% if you right if you want to protect your account. So um yeah, I
yeah,
think it's very yeah, it's
yeah.
very helpful.
It's very helpful, and that's the why reason, the main reason why we always encourage our user to attach a stick to a straight risk management strategy, and that is the main reason why. So I want to talk a little bit, Chuan, about your personal growth. What's the biggest lesson you have learned during the training journey? Something that you want to share to our community, please?
Oh yes. Um, yeah, I think I learned it also from crypto banter. So when you try to stop set your stop loss, again, my biggest mistake, I try, let's say I go with 5x leverage. So I don't want it over 20%. So I need to make sure that my downside is 4%. So when I 5x that, I don't go over 20%.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah,
That is an amazing.
that's
That's an
how
amazing.
my yeah, my secret.
That
So
is an amazing piece of
yeah,
advice
to
for our
stay,
community.
stay alive.
Amazing, Swam. And also because it's important for us, we consider that the feedback is a gift. And since you are here, this is an amazing opportunity also for us to grow. Could you give us a feedback that you want to provide to Bitfunder? This is a good opportunity to hear you in here face to face.
Yeah. I think I shared this with the team before.
Mhm.
It would be great if after we start a new trade, we still can move our stop loss above the entry price. Because at the moment, I think there's a technical limitation. We
Yeah,
can't move above our entry price. Um, because in other platform we able to do it, so we can at least we make even, or we just win a little bit to cover the fee to open trade. I understand for Bitfund that there's no open fee or maybe very little, and when we open the long trade we don't have to maintain a certain amount, right? I think that's because of that reason. That's why your team doesn't allow people to move the stop loss above the entry price. But I think if you guys can work that out, that would be perfect.
that's amazing. Thank you very much for providing that feedback. As you
My pleasure.
know, our top priority is always provide the best or the best experience for you, and definitely, as you know, that is one of top priorities at this moment. So the stop loss is is a top priority for us. So the final message that we want to also provide to our community and for you, Joan, we want to know, is there anything else that you would like to share to the Bitfunder community or anyone considering joining us?
Yeah, sure. I'm very impressed with your platform and also the creativities in your marketings. I love the giveaways that you guys running for months. And recently there's the competitions to go and trade in your office. I mean, everyone want to come and visit Dubai, right? So why not? And especially
Uh,
Token 2029 happening in April. So spot on.
yeah,
Yeah. So keep up with the good work.
thank you very much. We really appreciate all those kind words, and it's quite exciting, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Thank you very much, Sean. I think
Yeah,
that's everything. It was an exciting opportunity to meet you. We really appreciate your time and all this amazing information that you provide to us. So we are going keep in touch with you since
okay.
our customer support team is going to send you an email to continue the conversation through there. So for this moment, thank you very much for this opportunity. For this is amazing for us to keep growing. Okay, thank you very much
It's-
and have an amazing day.
Sure. Yeah. Hopefully, I can see you somewhere in Dubai or Singapore next year. So yeah,
Hopefully,
bye, Jose. Take care.
take care of yourself. All right, thank you very much. Bye bye.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carlos, product manager at Bitfunded, and today we are with Kyle. Okay, Kyle, he's from Malaysia, and he's one of our success traders who has achieved incredible results. Actually, he could withdraw almost 2,000 in profits, right, Kyle? Hello, how are you?
Hello, doing good. Very glad for the opportunity and just to share with the community some of the lessons, I guess, or anything that I've learned.
Awesome, awesome, Kyle. Well, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who's Kyle? Who is this trader?
Right. For myself, I'm actually working full time, so I have a full time job, and I just decided, perhaps trading might be a good way to make some extra income. And with that, I started studying, came across Crypto Banter first, and followed Sheldon. He really had some awesome stuff there. He taught me, I mean, following the lessons that they had, I began to
Yeah.
learn to pick up some of the things. And then I think shortly, sometime middle of last year, I think that's when Bitfunded started to work together with them. They started to promote, hey, if you're just starting off, you need some extra capital. There's these guys you can check out. Went for it, got through the challenges. It was a bit of a tough one, definitely. Some
Yeah.
learning curves, but yeah, great to come out at the end of it better.
Yeah, what an incredible person is Sheldon for real.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll have also the opportunity to meet him. He's an incredible person. So
Yeah.
perfect, Kyle. How did you get started in this crypto journey? It was just thanks to YouTube and crypto banter, or you have some friends that tell you crypto is the thing or something like that?
Right. I did have a community back here in Malaysia initially. I think that was in the last cycle.
Oh, nice.
But I guess being a newbie, a bit, you held too long, didn't know the concept of trading too much. So, you kind of wrote everything back down. And then from there, when you started to build up, I thought like, hey, there's got to be a more sustainable ways to do this. I don't want a round trip or even
Yeah.
worse than that, go back with nothing. So that's where my journey started a couple of years ago. Then it went quiet. Then, came across Benton, and that's really where it started to pique my interest again. It's like, hey, it's possible to be successful with this. So step by step, slowly getting there. Not perfect, but getting there.
That's the way. That's the way. And for how long have you been in trading?
So with this, I think probably coming to about a year and a half right now.
Ah,
A
okay.
year and a half. Yeah.
So actually, you have really incredible results in just year and a half.
Yeah.
Actually, there are so many traders out there that in a year, or even in 2 years, they can achieve this type of results. So congrats for that as well.
Thank you.
And what inspired you to start trading in crypto?
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
What inspired you to start trading crypto?
I think I was always interested in charts, and I realized the typical stock market where it's closed on weekends, it's kind of
Yeah.
slow pace after a while. And when you get a taste of what crypto is, where it's 24/7, it kind of gets you a bit hooked, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe in a bad way sometimes, but I think it really accelerates the learning. I think when this cycle is over, even if I had to go and trade on the normal stock markets, for example, I think there are skills that are transferable, something that I can bring over to the normal normal stock markets, as it were.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I totally agree with you. And how was like your early days as a trader? How do you describe your early days? It was always good, or you make so many mistakes at the beginning? For example, me in my personal career as a trader, during my first days, I used to use, for example, 100x leverage, so it was super crazy. I burned so many accounts. But yeah, in your case, do you have any story or this that makes that tells you that okay, now I need to start trading like seriously?
Yeah. I think for me the hardest part was surprisingly, I think I got the entries pretty well. I think the problem was always managing the trade. Like sometimes when you want to add on, or when do you have to take profit at the right times, setting the right benchmarks. I think that was the toughest part, and something I think it's always painful. It's still something you have to learn, and it's always to put your stop loss in. Knowing when to pull out of a trade. I think that's definitely a lesson that's also in the midst of uh, you get greedy sometimes. I mean, sometimes when you see those candles, you kind of get you get a bit distracted. But you learn.
Yeah, yeah, I totally get you. So tell us like one advice that you will give to someone who is just starting. If someone of our community is watching you, what will you tell them?
Right. I would say get get the lesson from Benter, or at least from Sheldon firstly. Don't enter in blindly. I
Okay.
think you could enter blindly, but I mean, I guess it's just how many mistakes you want to make along the way. And I guess if you have an opportunity to learn from someone else's mistakes, I think
Yeah.
that's a valuable lesson, especially when it's free. So my advice would be learn, and I think you got to be a bit you got to have some ownership over your trades. Like it's not anyone else's fault. It's not the system's fault. Or it didn't pick up my stop loss, or I didn't. Someone else told me to enter the trade at a certain time. So I think you really got to take ownership if you're going to jump into it. Get yourself educated and go for it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you that the key in trading or actually in everything in life is just educate. The education, I think, is one of the keys for life. I mean, if you
Yeah.
want to be a, I don't know, a engineer, you need also to educate yourself. If you want to be a trader, you need also to educate yourself. So I think step by step is the main idea, and the education, of course, 100% agree with you. That is one of the most important things, because there are so many people out there that says, no, I just watch, I don't know, different videos on YouTube, so I'm okay. I'm gonna start trading, and that's not the truth. You need to know. I mean, you don't need to know like all the charts and all the patterns out there, but you need to know the basics about the market, how the market works, and that's
Yeah.
it's needed by probably a teacher that teaches you like, okay, this is the structure of the market, this is how it works, this is an order book, this is a funding rate, something like that. Because I
Yeah.
think also these are really important sites when you trade in especially when you trade cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of it's just different. It's a lot to take in, but yeah, get yourself properly educated, and you get the hang of it.
Exactly, exactly. And do you think that now we are talking about newbie traders and how they can improve? Do you think our trading challenge, I mean, Bitfunded trading challenge, could help you or others grow as a trader?
Sorry, I lost you at the last part there.
That if you think Bitfunded trading challenge help you to grow as a trader?
Oh yeah, certainly. I think because the rules are there, you're kind of afraid. You get stopped out of your account. I
Yeah.
mean, I did feel one or two challenges as well myself when I'm trying to renew, definitely. But I think going away, you learn, and then when you're ready to come back, you take the lessons that you have, and I think it really teaches you what it means to have a stop loss in particular for me from that experience. It's not just about the upside. You gotta take care of the downside.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. Actually, in Bitfunded, something well, in Bitfunded and mostly in all of the prop firms, something really interesting is that you need to actually really manage your risk because you need to control of how much are you gonna lose in that case that you lose in several trades per day. You need to
Yeah.
control. Okay, I'll lose I don't know 2 trades per day. So I need to manage that risk and say, okay, I want to surpass the challenge. I want to have more chances. So I want to control my risk and yeah, and try control, manage your risk to avoid losing more than it's needed.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's always a painful lesson there, but I guess maybe that's the design of your challenges. Maybe that's what you had in mind when you designed the challenges that way. Is that in the process of doing that, people learn what it means to manage the risk of the trade.
100%, 100%. Actually, that you said is completely true because we want to have successful traders. We want to focus on that trader that could be sustainable, not just one trader that can, I don't know, invest in some meme coin and make 100x. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
But sustainability in our traders is something really important. So we want also
yeah,
to focus in those trades that can control the risk, that can handle, for example, if they're losing, how cut losses, how cut profits as well. So I think this is
yeah,
really important.
yeah. Agreed.
And how did you prepare to pass the trading challenge? Because I know that you have really good results. Actually, you make a profit share of 1,600, if I'm not wrong. Okay,
Yeah,
so it was really nice, 1,600 in just 1 month. Okay,
yeah.
what was your little secret?
What was my sorry?
Your little secret to surpass this trading challenge, or I mean, an advice.
Oh, if I were to put it, I think you really got to learn to be patient. I think sometimes when the markets are pumping or you're just very anxious, like I think we mentioned earlier, the crypto goes 24/7.
Hmm.
And sometimes you just want to get in on a trade, but you really have to learn to be patient and wait for what the right signals are. If you have a set of rules that you follow that rules, you don't jump in too early. You don't, if you miss the trade, that's what it is. You miss it. You set maybe an entry price that is within your risk limits, and if it
Yeah.
if it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. There's always the next trade.
100%, 100%. And just for let me know, what made you decide to join Bitfunded?
Just on the verge of the introduction from Crypto Banter and the opportunity that they gave that, capital was an issue for my side. So I thought like, hey, if there was someone else's capital that could be used for a moment, I thought that would be great. And yeah, that's how I came across that.
Ah, nice, nice, nice. Okay, and well, almost 2,000 in payout for you. Okay, how did it feel when you reached your goal and made your first withdrawal?
Oh, that was amazing. I think that was probably really just one of my biggest trades that I've had ever. So it
Oh,
was certainly an amazing feeling to have that, and like, hey, this is something I can do, and I hope that I'll be able to sustain it.
yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Hopefully you'll keep pushing forward, and hopefully you'll keep sustaining those type of profits. I think you already have like the experience on how you're talking about. You are with the correct people, with the right people. That is probably Sheldon's community in this case. So I think you should keep trying to keep it this type of
Yeah,
profits. I think you're capable of. Hopefully you'll be capable of. And what's the biggest lesson you
yeah,
have learned during your trading
yeah.
journey?
Oh, I think the biggest lesson, probably, honestly, I think it's always to manage your expectations. I think it's very easy when you won a trade before to be a bit greedy. And I think sometimes the greed sort of violates your criteria or the parameters that you set. So I think it's yeah, to me it's really important to set realistic targets be it even if from a fundamental point of view that you're doing your analysis, not just the technical, but consider the whole market situation as well, and just manage your greed. I think that's really a big issue. Yeah.
I totally agree with you. And what's next in Kyle's trading career? What's your next goal?
A bit more of the same. Hopefully bigger success as well. I'm looking to definitely pay off some mortgages. So definitely, if I could make a bit of a dent into those, that would certainly be a great achievement. Maybe not buying a house
Awesome,
fully,
awesome.
but yeah, if it can reduce some of those expenses, that'll be awesome.
Nice, 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 nice. I like you because actually you are like normal traders, because most of the people don't dedicate fully to trader. They also have a normal life, and you are like the perfect example of this. People have a normal life and just use trading to increase their income, and that's good as well.
Yep, definitely. It's not easy sometimes, a bit more effort, but yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Perfect, Kyle. Is there anything else you like to share with our community?
I guess my advice would be find yourself a good community as well. I think the banter community is great. Something that we can all. I think doing it alone is always a tough journey, especially when the markets are volatile like it is right now. So I think if you can get yourself a good community and people around you, that's something that would help go a long way.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Perfect, Kyle. Thank you very much for sharing your incredible story with us. I need to say that it was inspiring to see traders like you achieve so much. And yeah, we're excited to see what's next for you. Okay, so thank you very much, and keep it trading. Perfect.
All right.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thanks for the opportunity, Carlos.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carlos from Bitfunded, the product manager at Bitfunded. We are joining with Marlon, one of our successful stories, more than $500 in profits. So it will be amazing results. Thank you for being here, Marlon.
Glad to have it. Glad to be here, Carlos. Thank you.
Perfect, Marlon. Let's start telling us a little bit about yourself. Who is Marlon? Where are you from? How did you get started in trading crypto? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I used to be a financial planner, as we spoke. I started trading in 1991 after, and during my financial planning years, just had a interest in everyday commodities that people use. And I'm like, it's got to be some money made on this. I keep hearing this, let me figure this thing out. And I had a natural attraction to numbers in some kind of way. I was trying to figure it out, but it led me to trading, and I did well on that. I left being a financial planner because even though I made money, it lacked creativity, and I was a creator. So I became a fashion designer, and that's what I've been doing.
Oh,
for 32 years,
From one side to the other.
Exactly right. But during that whole time, I was always trading. So I think from 1991 to about 1998 or 99, I traded commodity futures and options, on my own, and then I got
in the
into
stock market, I guess.
Yeah. And then I got into currencies, and I think I left that alone around 2010, I believe. And I had this one client that kept telling me, this was about 2013, that I need to get some Bitcoin. And I was like, Bitcoin, what is that? So
of course.
One thing led to another. And I said, well, let me get back into trading currencies again. And I started trading currencies. And on this platform, Bitcoin was trading. And that was where all the action was. I was like, this is where I need to be. So I started trading Bitcoin. I was making nice money doing that. And all of a sudden in 2015, it clicked. And I was like, I need to buy some of this Bitcoin. And so
in 2015.
Yeah. So I started purchasing Bitcoin.
Do you know what was Bitcoin price at the moment?
I think it has some, some drops,
yeah, of course,
and some highs. I think 500. I think it dropped down. I think around that time, if I can recall. I always go between 500 and 1,000 because it was some dramatic pullbacks then, but I was like, this is where the action is. Let me trade this. And I started accumulating Bitcoin and really got serious about crypto in 2015.
Yeah, what a great story. So you're starting 1991 as a stock market. Okay, you're a OG trader, and after that you get involved in crypto at 2015. So Bitcoin was around $500 per Bitcoin. So that's amazing. My question is, how trading have evolved from 1991 to 2025?
Well, I always go back to this. This is maybe hard for some people to believe, but in the early 1990s, you were laying on the floor grafting your own charts and everything. There were no trading views back then.
Correct.
You were following trends from year to year. And basically, I would follow the trend around the holidays for commodity prices, and I would go over the years, the past years, and I could anticipate moves up or down during that period. And I wrote out my own graphs and everything, got to it, and just kept a journal and just kept doing it. Life is much easier now.
100%. It's awesome. Actually, I'm surprised.
Yeah, that was the way, though. That was the way. It was a lot of hands-on. You had to be a technical guy in the brain. I mean,
exactly.
You had to understand graphing and all that.
Yeah, and how do you follow the price? By news, by the paper, how do you follow the price? If I don't know, this stock right now it's at this price and later it's at this price. It was impossible, right?
Well, yeah, if you didn't keep a journal, and when I started, I would look for things. I would actually go to the library and try to look at old, this is serious, right? Look at old newspaper articles and try to find out what commodity had the highest or lowest price at a certain time, a year or 2 years ago. Now that's the research I would do on the weekend. Because keep in mind, I'm still working. This is like a hobby of mine, But I'm so into it, I got to continue to do this,
Yeah.
So.
Oh, awesome. Actually, I love your story. And right now, my question is, you already told us that you have some friend that talked to you about Bitcoin, but how you changed your mindset, your traditional mindset to start trading on paper, to start trading to cryptocurrencies. How was how your mind changes and said, okay, now crypto is the future?
Well, I've always been a very forward visionary type of guy. I don't wait for other people. I don't wait for other people to do anything. I'm pretty okay on an island by myself, waiting for everybody to come along with me. But so I was able to see. I was like, I was there for the financial crash of 2008, and I was like, well, this makes some sense right here. So something has to change. We can't keep going this route. The world economy can't keep going this route the way it's been going. So maybe this crypto thing will work. And as we progressed through 2016, and it started going up and up in early 2017, and then during the summer and fall, when it reached 17.5 or something like that in December 2017, I was like,
yeah, correct.
Everybody was selling their Bitcoin for Lambos. I was like, I think it's something bigger here. I was like, if something more to this, maybe I should hold on, And I had to go through that long bear market.
Yeah.
From February 2018 to November, December 2020. And I was like, I should have sold that Bitcoin. I should have sold that Bitcoin.
Yeah.
but then I saw it again. I said, I think we're right at this mark for it to explode. And here we are. It did it. So here we are on the third go round. We'll see what happens now.
Yeah, exactly. And what do you think it will happen now?
I think
not financial advice, of course.
Right. I think this is my belief. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I believe that it's going to be a change from stocks to tokenization. And I believe that before BlackRock. You know? So I see us moving more into the tokenization of assets, and crypto being a real asset class that many people not only use on a daily basis. I mean, it's many bankers that say we're not going to use it, but I believe we're going to use it on a daily basis, money wise, as a medium of exchange and a medium to hedge inflation. You know, so that's my belief on it. But I think crypto is like here and here to stay, despite everything. And if you look at the media, Carlos, it was bad. Now it's good.
Yeah.
That's where we are, right?
Actually, and yeah, let's talk a little bit about your trading journey, because you have been a trader for more than 30 years, which is awesome. Okay, what have you learned during this whole period? I'm sure it has been full of different lessons, full of different knowledge. So I want you to, if it's possible, of course, to summary like everything, like one of the mistakes. First of all, I want to know like one of the mistakes you made when you were like starting, that you said, okay, I need to change my way of trading, and let's improve. What it was like that mistake that changed your mindset?
Well, in the beginning, I had such a conviction for it. I would always go with my gut. In fact, just going back, when I go with my gut, when I go with my intuition, I'm always right. If I go against that, Carlos, I pay. So I'll just give you these guys that I would talk to. It was a group of guys that were traders, and everybody smoked in this office building. This is when everybody was smoking cigarettes. It was cloudy. You could barely breathe and see. And these guys, I would go over there on a Friday and place my trade sometimes with them, you know.
Okay.
They ran like a little exchange in there. And so I said, cattle is going up in soybean on this particular weekend. And they were like, Marlon, I don't see it. I said, I do. I said, I was buying options. So I think I spent $150 or $200 on commodity options. On Monday morning, I made $1,750. And they were like, Marlon, we didn't see this coming. I said, I know, I did.
Okay, so do you think the secret is just follow your intuition?
I think you gotta use some technicals and some fundamentals as well. But I think part of it is not second guessing yourself. You know what I'm saying? The key in trading is never to second guess yourself. I was trading last night and I saw the market going in a direction. I said, all right, I'm closing these trades out. Some were in profit, some were not, you know, but I didn't want to wake up and be at a loss, you know. I didn't want to wake up and be at a loss. So, and we saw that red this morning. So, you know, I think just using your intuition but you gotta know the tricks of commanding the intuition and relying on it, you know.
Exactly. I should say this intuition have 30 years of experience. So you need to also understand how the market works, how the market psychology works. And probably after that, you can say, okay, I'll use my intuition, because probably someone that don't know anything about the economy, about how markets work, said, okay, now I'm going to use my intuition. And of course, they're going to lose 100%. So,
and I would add this too, Carlos. I would say also you have to be convicted in your decisions, you know. Like if you believe a token or asset is going up and you go long. I don't care what you hear, you know, on YouTube or the TV or the news, stick to it, because that decision to go long came from somewhere, you know. The same thing if you decide to go short. Now, you've got to make good decisions in terms of looking at things for what they really are. But if you had a feeling, sometimes you can be just a few hours or days or weeks ahead, but that feeling was placed inside you for a reason. And I believe you should act on it, you know?
Yeah, that's completely right. Also, it's important something that you have mentioned, that is basically do your own research. Okay, don't just
Absolutely.
follow different influencers or different things that people said. Just do it
Right.
by yourself, and if you decide if it's a good opportunity, go for it.
Mhm.
Basically.
Right. Right. True. Mhm.
And what's the biggest lesson you have learned during your whole trading journey?
Um, Everybody hates to lose money, Carlos. That's probably the worst feeling, right?
Yeah,
And I would say
but it's
when you
also
lose money, what was
okay.
that?
That lose money is also part of this game.
Right. Yeah. You have to understand that it's part of this game. And so I would say when you lose money, just look at it as an experience. Some people get out of trading because they lose money and they keep reliving the experience. You got to move on. You've got to move forward. And I guess I'm able to do that because I was an international business person, you know. And so I'm not trading, I'm creating goods, making goods. And if I had an 80% sell through or 90% or 100%, that was great. But I was okay with a 50% sell through. So I take that mentality with my trading. If I start a trade, I want to make 400, 1200% off the trade. But if the highest I can make and what I can see is 50 or 55%, I'm taking the win and I'm okay with that. So that's how I look at things.
Okay, so you said basically step by step. It's the goal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
nice, nice. Also, I want to ask you: do you think a tool, in this case at Bitfunded, is useful to avoid over losing more than you should? Because, for example, in Bitfunded, you can trade, I don't know, with a 10,000 account, and you're just
Mm-hmm.
risking $99. That is the entry fee. So do you think it would be useful for the newbie traders to use these tools to avoid losing more than they should and still trade with bigger capitals?
Yeah, I think Bitfunded is a great educational tool. It's like learning how to trade with training wheels on. And
Exactly.
let me explain that. You can get these higher amounts, whatever you decide to put in, but I like that you can only go 5x. So
Mm,
that teaches discipline. That takes the gambling out, removes the gambling. You got to learn how to become a good trader, because
exactly.
you can make a lot of money from that, but you can blow that account up in one day,
Yeah.
and the parameters that you guys have set allows this person to make disciplined choices and disciplined actions to get net results that actually are in the person's favor that's using that. So I always look at that as these prop trading firms, particularly Bitfunded, as a good one because of the amount they allow you to leverage. I think it's a safe amount, and it teaches you how to be disciplined. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I love what you said, because actually
Mhm.
those tools were created to that purpose.
Yeah.
Just focus on sustainable traders, because
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
crypto market, as you may know, if you have lucky and you invest in the correct meme coin, you can do a 100x in just one
True.
trade.
True.
But we also want to focus in that trader that can be sustainable month by month. Okay,
Right.
why? Because we want to look for the best traders, not just a
Mhm.
lucky trader that invests in the correct meme coin.
Right.
We want to have sustainable traders that can be profitable month after month.
True.
So actually,
Mhm.
that's why these tools were created, just to make sure that we are working with the correct traders that know how to control their risks, know
Yeah.
how to manage their trade, because this is something really important in my opinion. Know how,
Mhm.
when and how to open, and especially when and how to close a trade, because this is something really important. Most of the people
Right.
said focus on when, how to open a trade. In this point, you should open a trade, but
Mhm.
I think it's more important to know how to close a trade.
Absolutely. Like yesterday, I was in winning trades and losing trades. I had to make a
Exactly.
decision, so I had to close it. But yeah, I understand that.
Awesome, awesome. And what made you decide to join Bitfunded? How was, because I'm curious, because you have been trading for more than 30 years, and how you decide to say, okay, Bitfunded could be a cool tool.
Well, it was a few people back in the day when I first learned how to trade that were very interested in what I did, you know. And I took a few of them under my wing and I taught them how to trade. And they trade to this very day. They're very successful. And I mean, they still trade commodities, futures, and options, and they got into Forex and stuff like that. And then finally, I drug them over to crypto over the last few years, you know. But everybody's afraid to lose money in the beginning. That's the psychological, I guess, ceiling that has to be broken, you know, when you get into trading, because you're like, I can lose it all. You know the stories, you know. Yes, you can lose it all, but you can make a bunch of money as well. But it's just about protecting yourself and doing the right thing. So when I heard about Bitfunded, you know, and saw, I mean, because I know about other prop trading firms, but like I said, what attracted me to you guys was that the low amount of leverage that teaches a person how to be disciplined. It's more like, we're going to teach you how to become a good trader, and then you can by using Bitfunded, you're going to become a good trader, and you can do this daily. You can do this for a living. If you can make it through the 3 or 6 steps that you have to go through, and you actually win, and then you learn through those steps, you can be a good trader. Because now you've got money that you can go out and trade on your own, and you can get a little Las Vegas like in your leverage trading, but not to that degree. But you're doing it with wisdom now and training that worked out for you.
No, I love it. Actually, I love it. And what's next in your trading career? What's your next goal?
I'm going to keep that to myself, Carlos.
Okay, it's fine.
I would say I am going to continue trading. I'm going to continue trading with Bitfunded. I hope as Bitfunded grows, I'm there to grow with them. I'm involved in different things with them. I'm looking
100%.
forward to any innovations or any add-ons you guys do. But as far as crypto, we're all hoping for a great 2025. You know, that was better than 2021 and 2017. So we will see.
Yeah. So as you said, step by step. Don't worry. Don't rush.
Right. All right. Stay positive. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I can assure you that we're working really hard in some good things that are coming. So be prepared. Also, I want to ask you if it's possible, because I think you have a large experience as a trader, and this is something good for us, because I think you have a lot of knowledge with different trading tools, with different things. I want to know if you have any feedback from us, okay? Because our goal is also to keep improving, okay? We want to give you, our traders, like the best tools in the market. And basically, based on all your experience, what do you think it's like something good or something bad about Bitfunded that you can tell me? And so we can start working on that, because we want to keep improving.
Right. I would say as far as everything this concerning Bitfunded now, everything is great. I think maybe there should be like a graduation point at some point. As a trader does, he meets the marks on every one. Maybe you guys create another level strictly for the well-disciplined trader, you know. And maybe he can't start off like that, you know. No matter what he wants to pay, he can't get into that realm. He has to go into one, work himself into that. And I think you create a level that's for people like me that can do more than the other person, but make them basically graduate to it, you know. And I think you guys can basically almost create like a school or something for well-disciplined traders if you were to implement something like that, you know.
100%. I really like your idea as well. So let's see. Probably you just gave us a good idea, and we start working on it.
You got to add my name to it when you implement it.
Sure. Perfect, Marlon. Thank you very much. Before we finish, is there anything else you'd like to share with the Bitfunded community?
Bitfunded is the place to be. If you follow their rules, you will succeed. It teaches discipline, and discipline makes good traders, not gamblers. And that's what I live by.
Thank you very much, Marlon, for being here.
Okay.
And
All
yeah,
right.
simply thank you for all your experience. And yeah,
No
let's
problem.
keep trading.
Okay. All right, Carlos. Appreciate it.
My name is Jose from Bitfunded, and today we are joining by Mark, one of our successful traders who have achieved incredible results here in Bitfunded. Thank you very much, Mark, for being here. This is an exciting opportunity. Thank you for your time. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you. And you?
Amazing, my friend. Amazing. So we want to start this conversation with a little icebreaker. Could you please tell us a little bit about yourself? Where are you from, and how did you get start into the crypto trading?
So I'm from the UK. Originally, I started off in IT. I've moved into the crypto world. Maybe I've got a few charts open. Maybe I should close a couple of those charts.
Sorry for the inconvenience, no problem. So we can start over just to get clarification. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your trading history, just to share with our community, please?
Yep, sure. So like I say, I'm from the UK. Originally, I was into IT, and we've moved into the crypto world now. Starting off with investments. So I've been in the crypto world for about 5 years now. And my trading tend to be a swing trader.
All right.
And I've been using Bitfunded since the summer 2024.
All right, the summer 2024. So like 7 months.
Yeah, been using Bitfunded for
right.
months now.
All right, that's quite awesome. That's amazing. So the another question that I have now that you are saying this, Mark, is what inspired you to start trading cryptocurrencies? What are your references, and why how you start in this world, in the cryptocurrency world?
So hearing about the cryptocurrency and the tech and the way it can be used for money transfers and things like that. NFTs first piqued my real interest back in 2020. How NFTs can be used. That's sadly died now. But yeah, then I've moved along with my crypto journey from investments into more of the trading. So now, like I say, regularly swing trade rather than day trading. But day trading is something I'm doing a little more of now.
All right, that sounds quite amazing. So you say 2020, right? Yeah, we can say like now, 5 years and counting,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, pretty close, yeah.
All right, sounds fair, sounds amazing. So that is something interesting, because since you are now have like 5 years of experience as a trader, we want to talk about the mistakes and the lessons from you, that you are an expert. We can say that you are an expert in as a self trader and Bitfunded. Can you recall any mistake that you made when you were starting? Something that you want to share with our community? Something that you want? We can say that you are not making at this moment, but in the beginning when you start, you make as a rookie, we can say.
Definitely, I'd say don't take too much leverage.
Yeah, that's something important. Yeah, don't take me. And you can say that with Bitfunded, that is something that you apply at this moment in your regular career with Bitfunded now at this moment.
Yes, with Bitfunded, it's only a 5x, which that caps a lot of the high leverage trades. But personally, I tend to use between 2 and 3x leverage. Just because it mitigates, you sort of your losses. But then coming into a potential bull market, we are, the upside's a lot more. But of course, we're getting these large liquidation wicks at the moment. So keeping the leverage slightly lower at the moment is definitely something
Perfect. Perfect. That is an amazing piece of advice for our community. So also, you can say that in the cryptocurrency, with the volatility that we have, you can also can say to our community that you should be like patient in the cryptocurrency. What can you say about that? To be patient, to be constant, to be also disciplinary.
Yeah. So I'd say plan your trade, your plan. So if you have a specific entry that you've got, say you pulled out a fib, you've got a certain level you want to the market, you can wait for that entry. And when you're taking bits, don't get too greedy. Place your TP, take your TPs, and once you're done, exit your trade, start again another day.
Sounds fair. Thank you very much, Mark, for providing this information. That's quite amazing. So we want to share with our community your experience now in Bitfunded. You said that you start from the last summer, 2024. So what made you decide to join Bitfunded? So how was your first impression with Bitfunded, and what is the impression that you have now as a successful trader with the company?
Okay. So I first learned a bit funded off a Crypto Banter YouTube channel.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I first heard of it. Yeah. So I started off with the starter account.
All right.
Did well with that. Had that for a while.
All right.
I've got I have lost as well. You know, it's not always gains. We do have to take our losses, but yeah, I enjoy using Bitfunded.
Okay.
The app's great.
Okay. And you achieve also as a successful trader, you achieve the withdrawal process. So you surpass the stage 1 and the stage 2 before to get the live account. So do you think our trading challenges help you grow as a trader? Do you consider that the stage 1 and stage 2 help you to improve your strategy in the cryptocurrency environment?
I'd say it's altered the way I trade when I use Bitfunded, because of the low sort of loss amounts you can make. It makes you pay more attention to your stop losses, to sort of like the liquidation levels that could come in.
Yeah.
For me, that's probably the most difficult part, because normally when you're trading with your own money, you'd set a stop loss of like 5% or, you know, wherever level you find.
Perfect.
But yeah, with Bitfunded, the monetary amount is very important to keep your eye on.
Definitely. And how did you feel when you reached your goal and made your first withdrawal? When you contact our support team and you say, "Hey guys, I complete the process, I achieved the profit sharing day, and I want to get my first withdrawal." How was your experience? How did you feel in that moment?
Really good, yeah, excellent. Yeah, the first win was amazing. Yeah, the second month, there was a lot more. And I kept emailing all guys, "Where's my money coming? Where's my money?" Oh.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you very much for sharing that information, Mark. And now, oh, all right. In regards you as a trader, Mark, what's the biggest lesson that you learned during your training journey, not only in Bitfunded, but in general, something that you want to share to our community?
Certainly, you research your macro before you take a day trade or a swing trade. An example would be make sure you've not got any like major token unlock events coming up before you go to place a swing trade. So even though the chart may say, and the chart may look good, if you've got a large token unlock coming up, you know, in the near future, then that could impact your day trade.
Quite awesome. That's quite awesome. Thank you very much for sharing that information. Something important for us, we also say this in our customer support, always repeat this information to our community because it's something important. The feedback is always a gift, and we want to improve and still improve our community, not only the community but the platform itself. So could you give us, and also for the community, a good feedback that you want to provide to Bitfunded, taking advantage of the opportunity that we are face to face, Mark?
The biggest thing with Bitfunded that I actually dislike, which I'd really like you to improve, is the ability to place a stop loss in profit. Would be amazing.
Definitely, that is a priority for our tech support team. It is something that we are working, and definitely that is something that we have on the radar. So definitely we are going to improve the platform in that way. And when the feature is on the platform in the next update, we will definitely let you know to our official channel. Okay.
Yes, please, especially in a bull market, stop losses in profit would be amazing.
Definitely. Definitely it is, Mark. Thank you very much. A final message: is there anything else that you would like to share to the Bitfunded community, or anyone or for anyone that is thinking to join to Bitfunded? Something that you want to share, something that you want to say for them?
Definitely do it. Start off with a low account, learn the process, learn Bitfunded. It's slightly different to trading normally. Don't be afraid.
That's amazing. Don't be afraid and amazing. Don't be afraid and amazing advice. Yeah, take advantage, take the time, do it, just do it. That's amazing. Thank you very much, Mar, for the opportunity. I think that's all. As we say, as I said at the beginning, this is just a space to know you, to know more about one of our successful traders, something that we really appreciate the most. And I think it's enough. We will contact you through our customer support team because we want to keep these conversations through the email. So, Mark, thank you very much for taking the time. Thank you very much for sharing that information. We really appreciate it. Remember that we are always here for you. If you need anything else, you want to share something, you want comment or give some feedback, why not? Remember that we are always just a message away. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate it. Okay, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful day. Okay. Take care of yourself. All right. Bye bye. As you know, my name is Jose from Bitfunded, and today we are joined one of our successful traders who have achieved the incredible results in Bitfunded. Matthew, thank you very much for being here with us. We really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, mate. It's lovely to be here. Being called a successful trader is a shock.
Definitely you are. Definitely you are. And we want to start from there. We want to start from the beginning. What inspired you to start trading cryptocurrencies? What are your references in this world? Yeah?
To be honest, like a few years ago, I with a friend of mine, we got a crypto.com card, and that was our gateway drug. And from there we got a little sort of interested in it, and we'd G each other on and all the rest of it. And we'd be doing really simplistic, like £20 trades or something, and we'd be WhatsApping each other in all caps. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, that sort of thing. And it was sort of a really fun kind of silly way to play about at the time. And then I think what happened is we both got more and more interested in it. We both actually found crypto banter, and we started sort of getting a little bit more knowledgeable. And then my friend, he passed away, and I sort of carried on the general silliness of it, I suppose. But that kind of inspired me to keep investing and keep trying to learn. And crypto banter has actually been really handy for that. I find it really accessible. I was on one of the first like cohorts of Sheldon's sort of sniper school, and that was really helpful for me. And even this morning I was watching Kyle on crypto banter. I'll put it on while I'm getting ready for work and stuff like that.
Definitely. That sounds quite amazing, and that is why in Bitfunded we always encourage to our users to learn, to keep learning. Also, we have the Bitfunded Academy as well, and that's the reason why the learning is key for Bitfunded. So definitely, really appreciate that information. And how would you describe yourself in your early day as a trader? We know that you are now a successful trader, but in the beginning, when you start, how do you describe yourself, your strategy? How were your first steps in the cryptocurrency world?
My first steps in cryptocurrency trading, chaotic. The same as everyone's, I suppose. It was a chaos of losing money. Yeah, same as everyone. What are your rites of passage in crypto? I think you've got to get scammed, don't you? And you've got to get you got to lose everything and then start again. You tick all those boxes off, and then you just carry on. I suppose it separates the men from the boys a little bit, but we're still here.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. That's amazing. So you learn from those mistakes, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that. Could you recall any mistake that you made when you were starting? Something that you definitely don't do at this moment?
Yeah, I think well, something we try not to do now, but it's the sort of not researching a spot trade. To be honest, not thinking more about spot trade. Obviously, I'm doing more leverage trading now, but I have spot, and I think at the start I didn't really know what leverage was, so I was trading spot and just sort of YOLOing into stuff, as everything's going down. I suppose is probably the biggest mistake, and that's what I try not to do now. What are you gonna do?
Definitely, that sounds quite fair. All right, and let's talk about now about Bitfunded, especially about Bitfunded. What made you decide to join to Bitfunded?
Again, it was Crypto Banter. It sounds like I'm ringing the same bell, but I think it was one of Carl's shows. He was talking about. I can't even remember how long ago it was, but wouldn't be that long ago. But I think there was he was talking about. He actually introduced the idea of funded on the show, and talking about how it was like, I think it was like he was on a deal or something. So it was like $50 for the 5K, and I've got like this tiny trading account where I'm doing penny trades and stuff like that, and so the idea of losing $50 trading over the next sort of like 6 something. I mean, I could lose $50 easy. Stand back, just hold my beer. I'll do that. So the idea of them trading with a 5K account for $50 anyway, like I'll have a crack at it. Like, what's the worst could happen? I lose the $50. It's $50 I would have lost anyway trading. So like so that was sort of the idea behind it for myself, was just again try not to YOLO, but yeah,
completely makes sense. Makes sense. Definitely.
Security for myself in trading.
And now we know that you already surpassed the stage 1 and the stage 2, and you already achieved the life stage. Do you think our trading challenge, stage 1 and stage 2, on Bitfunded, help you to make your strategy stronger than before?
Yeah, I think it focuses you a little bit. I think it does that. It focuses you, and sort of if you're not someone who's doing a trading journal and all the rest of it, like I've got 2 jobs, and I'm not on the charts 24 hours a day, and the rest of it's if you're unable to hold yourself accountable and remember your trades, and you're not doing a trading journal and the rest of it, which everyone should do, obviously, but I got a life, so I've not done it. Then I found that it held me accountable in terms of trying to reach a certain amount of profit and not lose a certain amount. Like I think that's the thing that the Bitfunded account has done for me. Actually, it's an interesting question, because now I'm having to look at it. I think that's helped with my risk management. I think that's the thing. I think you suddenly going from a pennies account to something that's 5K. I know to a lot of people, 5K is not a lot of money, but to me it is. So going to something like that, that helped with my risk management. It helped me sort of go, oh, damn, okay, I can only lose a certain amount on here, so I have to really manage my risk and really go with, like, you know, is it going to be 1R? What's my 1R versus this? And maybe that's a bit of a risky trade. I'll go down to 0.5R instead, you know, even 0.25, and just manage that, and, you know, managing stop losses.
That's amazing. That's amazing. For the information that you are sharing with us, we can say that you have a strong strategy right now at this moment. So what advice would you give to someone just starting their trading journey with Bitfunded?
I think the advice I give is YOLO. No, joking. The advice I would give is to is just to concentrate on the risk management, because there's that famous saying, isn't it, that if you just sort of, if you were to go 50% long or short, you're probably going to beat out most traders anyway. And if you were to DCA, you'd pretty much beat all traders anyway. And so with something like a funded account, I think if you manage your risk appropriately, the fact that you've even got a funded account, you've got this far, it means you're not as retail as you think you are. And so you may as well, like, the trades that you take, as long as you manage your risk, you're probably going to be okay. Like, out of the 10 trades, if you lose 5 of them, the winning trade will cover you. So I think risk management is probably just the biggest part.
Definitely. We can say that that is the biggest lesson that you have learned during your training journey.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I really think so. Yeah, definitely. I think Bitfunded was helpful for that.
That's quite amazing. Let's talk about your future plans. Now you are achieved the life stage, and now you are a profitable trader with Bitfunded. What is the next step for you in your career? What else do you want to achieve now that you are part of the Bitfunded community?
I think probably just trying to slowly work my way up through fundeds, I suppose, is the thing. This isn't a career for me. This is like it's not a hobby, but it's part of trying to. I was never good with money. As you can probably tell, I was never good with money. This has been a way for me to kind of focus a little bit more on how to invest and understand money a little bit more. And so I think after passing the funding, which was it wasn't a shock, but it was for me, it was like, oh, like, it was a big deal. I know, again, I'm saying 5K isn't a lot to a lot of people, but to me it is. And so passing that first funded was a big deal. And to my friends who also trade, like, that was a big deal, and they were really lovely and supportive. And so I think probably just the next stage up would probably be the next thing for me, would be trying to get a 10K, you know. I suppose that would be the next thing. And then the next one would be 25, and slowly sort of work my way up. I think I like the interface for Bitfunded. It's very comfortable for me. That the UI is good. I don't feel like I don't feel confused by it, and I'm a boomer, so, you know, that's a tough thing to do, is not confuse a boomer with something online. So I think the interface works for me, and so I think I'd probably stay trying to just slowly creep my way up. I think through the fundeds, that would probably be the next stage.
Amazing. We really appreciate that. And now that we are face to face here in a conversation, Matthew, and we consider here in Bitfunded that the feedback is always a gift. So any feedback that you want to provide to us now, taking advantage of the opportunity that we are here face to face?
I wouldn't presume to have any feedback. I think if there was one thing that I would like, while we're talking about risk management, is the ability to trail stops. I don't know if that is something that is that the funders do. Like, I don't know. I'm this is my sort of first foray into this kind of stuff. I don't know if that's even possible. But yeah, I think trailing stops would probably be helpful for me, because again, because of my style of trading, I'm trying to mitigate risk when I'm not YOLOing in like a moron. so trailing stocks would probably be handy. But again, like I like the interface and it's worked well for me so far. So what the hell do I know?
Definitely, that is something that our tech team has a priority, and that is something that we are going to launch in our next update. So that is something that we are working on. So definitely, it's a priority for Bitfunded. Definitely. Right?
That's really cool. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that's everything for now, Matthew. We have a lot of information for you. That is something that we definitely want. Is there anything else you would like to share with our Bitfunded community or anyone considering joining us?
No, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I think it's just it's clearly you guys are clearly like an established but at the same time upcoming funded. So I think getting in early with you guys is a good idea. So that would be my advice.
Definitely. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you very much for sharing your incredible story with us. We really appreciate it. This is fighting for not only for us, but for our community as well.
Cool.
So we really appreciate your time and your effort in Bitfunded. Thank you very much for being part of our community. All right.
Thank you, mate. That's brilliant.
All right. Thank you very much. So now we are going to keep in touch with you through our support. We are support team. So if you want to, if you can hit us with a message to our support team to continue the conversation, there will be quite appreciated. All right.
I'm so sorry. I missed that. Of course, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
so
no problem.
The support team's going to email me and just reply to them.
Yeah, we are going to continue the conversation to the email to the support chat. And I think that's all. Thank you very much for your time, Matthew. We really appreciate it. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Have a good day.
Have a good one. Thank you very much. Have a good one. All right. Take care of yourself. Thank you very much. My name is Jose with Bitfunded, and today we are joined by one of our successful traders who achieved incredible results. Thank you very much for being here, Jamie. We really appreciate your time here. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So let's start with a little icebreaker. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and how did you start in the cryptocurrency war?
Yeah. So I live in England. I'm a family man. I've got 2 children. Live by myself with my 2 kids. Before they came to live with me, I was a 9-to-5 person working in. I worked in finance and in logistics and a few different industries. And then when the kids came to live with me, it just completely changed the way I live and my work life. So I had to find something that was more flexible. I've always been on the lookout for different ways of getting ahead. And I now work as a writer in affiliate marketing. So I do. I work for the casino industry. I do game reviews and things like that. But I'm trying to also to make my way in crypto. And I came to crypto a few years ago, just after the first bull run. So I missed out there and jumped on, had a bit of fun on Ethereum and then on Solana. And now I spend most of my time on stacks
Yeah, definitely. And what inspired you to start trading cryptocurrencies?
So there's a world of opportunity in crypto. I think anyone can see that. And that's the attraction for me. I like it's revolutionary, isn't it? You know, the landscape and the tribal nature of it all, and the fact that anyone can make it. It really is the opportunity of our time.
All right.
So yeah, that's where the attraction. That's where Bitfunded comes in, because it gives me an opportunity to leverage my position and to get an advantage. Again, it's a golden opportunity. I see it because I see it, to be completely honest, I simply don't have that amount of capital to put into crypto and to trade with. So while there is an initial small cost, the opportunity for me, it was a no-brainer, and I was lucky enough, coupled with I've been trying to learn technical analysis and follow key figs in space, and in particular, I Bitfunded was mentioned to me when I think I was watching the Crypto Banter channel. And so I've been getting a bit of trading from them, from their schools as well. And I've just been keeping it low risk,
Perfect.
Yeah.
Definitely. And for the information that you are sharing with us, we can say, Jamie, that you have a strong, we can say, strategy. But we want to know a little bit, how would you describe yourself when you start trading? In some mistake that you made when you start trading, and of course there are mistakes that you are not repeating at this moment, as we know you are a successful trader now. But how was the Jamie when you start trading in the cryptocurrency world?
So when I first started trading, so anything, you trying different things, and I was trading on the low time frames and working on indicators that someone had mentioned in a chat, and I wasn't managing my risk as well as what I do now. And I guess the big thing for me is managing the risk. If I have a low stop loss or very tight stop loss, I'm not risking a lot of, especially with the Bitfunded challenge, there's, you don't want to lose more than a certain amount. And so the lower your stop loss, the more chances you've got, the more rolls of the dice you've got. That's what it's all about. You win some and you lose some, but by reducing your risk, when you win, you're covering that loss. So that's the idea, yeah. And that's what I do a lot better now. I wouldn't say I'm not an expert by no means. I've still got a lot to learn and a long way to go. But just doing that, just focusing on what I'm risking and looking at how much I've got to play with, and just studying that and keeping that low, it just gave me a lot more opportunities than when I was first trading. When I was first trading, I had a pot, and I was risking more and not getting as many goes, getting as many rolls of the dice.
Definitely, that sounds quite awesome. So, definitely, you have a strong strategy. You are talking now about the risk management. And do you think, Bitfunded, talking now about Bitfunded platform, do you think our trading challenge, the stage 1 and stage 2, help you grow as a trader and help you to make your strategy stronger than before?
Yes, definitely. That was the it forced me, those boundaries put in place. You can't lose more than this. You've got your daily loss and your overall loss, and that rule, that boundary, that's set in place, that you can't break that, otherwise you're going to lose challenge. That's what made me focus, or certainly helped me focus, directed me to focus on risk management.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Sorry, just one more thing, Jose, I'd say as well, because you can only do up to 5 times leverage. That temptation to go for sort of 35 or 50 times leverage. That was another mistake I made in the beginning. I played with high leverage. I was blinded by the lights and the desire, but it doesn't really make a huge amount of difference, really, as long as it's about getting the trade right and reducing your risk for me, anyway.
Quite perfect. So we can say that is an advice that you can deliver to the users that want to start in the Bitfunded. Pay attention to the leverage.
Yeah, pay attention to leverage and look at what you're risking. Look, if you're only risking, say, you've got your limit of 150 a day, for example. Let's say you're only going to risk a loss of £10 on that. That gives you 15 opportunities. Whereas if you're risking more, you could crash out quite easily. So that's what tends to work for me.
Definitely, that is a good lesson. Also, we want to know, what's the biggest lesson
maybe that you've learned during your training journey?
Again, I think it comes under risk. You don't risk too much. Don't go silly. Try not to buy into the hype. The FOMO is, as they say, is huge in this industry, in crypto, because everywhere you look, there's someone that's got the latest token with the latest bells and whistles, or it's easy just to. You need to budget, and again, that comes back to risk management, knowing what you're putting up to lose on the trade.
Definitely. Speaking about Bitfunded, Jamie, we want to know now that we are face to face here, we are in an interview, and we have the opportunity to meet one of our successful traders. Here in Bitfunded, we consider that the feedback is always a gift. Definitely. So now that we are here face to face, a good feedback that you want to provide to us, a feedback in general that you want to provide to us, because as we say, always the feedback is a gift.
Yeah, I would say, it is what it is. It's an opportunity. You're given the guidelines and you're given the platform to work on. So I've got no complaints there. That's the way I always looked at it. The platform itself, there was things like, you couldn't reduce the leverage down from 5x to 1x on certain tokens, and maybe a little explainer for that, because I wasn't sure if it was an error on the platform or what. But I've actually seen since I started the Bitfunded challenge, the platform does seem to have improved and got a little bit better. So I think making steps in the right direction. And that's just me being overcritical, just maybe a little notification there to explain why. But apart from that, it is what it is. It's trading platform. Everything seems to work well. It would be nice to maybe. This could be down to me. This could be down to user error, but I could never quite work out on some trading platforms. You can set your stop loss and you can just slide it up the chart to where you want it to be, and I could never quite work out how to do that on your platform to go into profit. I could only ever cut the stop loss down to still being a loss, a tight loss. So maybe that's just a feature. That I would personally like to see would make things a little bit easier for me. I can still take profit and take profits that way, but it's just nice and easy if you can do that.
Definitely it is, and we want to let you know that in a specific regard for those topics, our tech team is actually working on that. So definitely that is something that we have on the radar. But now, definitely thank you very much for providing that information. I think that we collect all the information that we need for one of our successful traders. But is there anything else that you would like to share with the Bitfunded community or anyone considering joining us?
Just look at it that you can leverage your position. If you haven't got a lot of capital in crypto, then this is what it's about. You can pay your fee, you can meet the challenge, and keep your risk low. Just reduce your risk, gives you more opportunities. Get some education before it, some basic technical analysis, and you guys give that. You do with Bitfunded, you can get your education there. I see the emails coming through with loads of useful information. It's an opportunity. I see it as an opportunity, and I like you guys have been really supportive since the beginning. The first challenge I had, weren't too sure of things, and I was probably a bit of a pain, kept emailing you, but I always got responses, and they were always good what I would consider good customer support. So
definitely thank you very much for the customer support team. Definitely we are trying to do our best, and we will always say that we are here to assist you any step on the way. So definitely Jamie, we have all the information that we need for, as I said before, one of our successful traders. Thank you very much,
thank you,
Jamie, for being here. We really appreciate it. Definitely, and we are going to continue this conversation through the email. Our customer support team is going to contact you directly through the email. Okay. because we want to activate as a compensation for this time to you. We are going to activate an account, a challenge for you. Okay, but the most important for us, definitely the most important thing is ensure that we are here to support you any step of the way. Thank you very much, Jamie, for your time. All right, we really appreciate it.
And you, Jose, it's lovely to meet you and finally speak to you face to face. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. All right, take care of
and
yourself.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.